What's going on, humans? Welcome, my name is Nick from Analog Tabletop, and this is the top 5 board games on Kickstarter. As always, links are in the description below, and all pledge amounts have been converted to United States dollars. If you haven't yet, please click that subscribe button. Alright, let's get started.
Welcome to Analog Tabletop. Number 5.
China, 1932. A foreign power occupies the northeast region. During this unsettling occupation, a state is established, Manchu Quo. As tensions run high, the new government disarms its people and condemns assembly as intent to undermine the state. In this troubled time, you are a respected teacher, leader, and martial arts master. Under the watchful eye of the occupying garrison, you must carefully lead your students to help your community. Continue to secretly practice your style and gain prominence for your school. Manchu Quo is a layered worker placement game for 2 to 4 players. During the day phase, gather the resources needed to aid displaced families and repair damaged structures around the city. During the night phase, recruit students to your school and continue to secretly train, in hopes to not gain unwanted suspicion. Monkey, mantis, tiger, or crane, gain prominence for your school and prove your style in Manchu Quo.
Manchukuo is a worker placement game set in 1932 China. You play as a teacher, training your students and practicing your arts. Plays in 60 to 90 minutes with 1 to 4 players. Pledge $49 to get a copy, and the Kickstarter ends October 11th and plans to deliver by September 2020.
Number 4.
Humanity has always looked to the stars. But by the mid-20th century, we wanted to touch them. While the space race captured the public's imagination, our government had discovered an alternative path forward. A wormhole to another planet. I was to be the first through, the first human to step foot on another planet.
Godspeed.
Houston, do you copy? You're a long way from Houston, comrade.
Turns out, we were a few steps behind.
アメリカが到着したと指揮官に報告してください。
Команда оповещения.
アメリカが到着しました。アメリカが到着したと指揮官に報告してください。
Hi, I'm Molly Wardlaw.
And I'm Nathan McNair, and we're the 2 co-owners of Pandasaurus Games.
And we are incredibly excited to present to you guys Godspeed. This is a game that Team Pandasaurus has been working behind the scenes on for over 2 years.
Godspeed is a 2 to 5 player asymmetric worker placement game that plays in about 60 to 90 minutes, and it's a game that we could not be prouder of.
Godspeed is set in an alternate history in which the space race was a lie and being used to cover up something far more important, the discovery of a new planet and the Cold War-style race to exploit it of its resources.
In the game, players will each take on the role of a team of specialists that are working to exploit the planet of its natural resources and, of course, claim the planet on their nation's behalf. It's such a fun theme that comes through in everything that you do throughout the game.
Right, and theme and art are obviously so important with any game, and Godspeed is absolutely brimming with both of those things. But it's gameplay that keeps you coming back again and again to this game, and at its heart, it is a mid-weight worker placement game.
That you can teach in under 10 minutes to new players.
Exactly. The thing about Godspeed is that the depth here doesn't come from a complex rule set. It instead comes from tense decision making and high player interaction.
In Godspeed, each team member on the various nations' missions have two unique values: their specialty and their influence. These are critical. If you want to build up your military power on the planet, you're going to need your captain. If you want to research the alien structures, you'll need your biologist. Your most versatile team members also have the highest influence value.
So all of the action spaces in the game require a specific team member to use them. But as you go through the phases of a round, the game will ask you to send those team members to do other jobs, either to deal with global threats to the new planet or to the supply drop, where the collective influence value is used in a blind bidding phase to collect resources and special abilities.
This game is full of tense decisions and insanely high player interaction. You're constantly having to look and see what other players might be thinking of doing. How many and which team members you send to the supply depot can greatly impact the goods that you get or turn order for the round, but sending too many or the wrong team members could lock you out of actions later on. Send too few, and you have more flexibility later on, but may find yourself missing out on key resources.
What we love so much about Godspeed is that it is so simple to teach. There are 3 main phases on each turn, yet there's just so much strategy there. So please consider backing Godspeed to help make this beautiful game into a reality.
And the best version of Godspeed that it can be. We have some really fun stretch goals planned. We have some deluxe upgrade kits that can make your version of Godspeed something that's really special.
And we also have a mini Dinosaur Island space-themed expansion.
Thank you so much for your time watching the video, and we hope that you'll embark on this mission with us.
Are you seriously going to end this entire video with that joke?
Yep.
Godspeed is a worker placement game. Imagine the space race was a cover-up for the real expedition to the newly found planet to gain control for your own country. Plays in 60 to 90 minutes with 2 to 5 players. Pledge $70 to get a copy. Kickstarter ends October 19th and plans to deliver by April 2020.
Number 3.
Greetings, employees. Congratulations on being selected for the Star Drill mission to Titan. You lucky few have been chosen for this once-in-a-lifetime lunar mining expedition. Initial scans have revealed large quantities of resources under Titan's surface. Your mission is to retrieve them for the Star Drill Corporation. A team of Titanic machines, equipped with cutting-edge mining technology, is ready for deployment on your arrival. You and your fellow operators will be the first to set foot on the surface of Saturn's largest moon. Good luck, miners.
Titan is a resource management Euro game. You play as an employee of a mining corporation digging on the moon Titan. Plays in 30 minutes per player. With 1 to 5 players, pledge $122 to get a copy. The Kickstarter ends October 8th and plans to deliver by September 2020.
Number 2.
Everdell, Spire Crest, and Bellfaire is a tableau building card game. This Kickstarter adds 2 new expansions to the popular game, as well as another chance of getting the base game. Plays in 60 to 120 minutes with 1 to 5 players. Pledge $25 to get Bellfaire, pledge $39 to get Spire Crest. Kickstarter ends October 3rd and plans to deliver by February 2020.
Honorable mentions.
Dark Flow is a strategy miniatures game in which each player controls a faction vying for control of the planet Ellipsion. Light Hunters is a team-based fighting game with striking black and white art, back on Kickstarter with new expansions. Xenofera Galactic Market is a unique auction game with an intergalactic alien theme.
Pick of the week.
It's Tuesday in LA and a newspaper jockey's been fried to a crisp in his own bed. Then there's a self-righteous defense attorney found lying in a pool of his own blood at a black tie dinner where he was the guest of honor. And to top it all off, there's some kind of crow-worshipping cult carving up people for God only knows what reason. None of my cases are open and shut, and I got fewer leads than a wise guy's got gray matter. Sometimes, I really hate this city. Return to the blood-stained streets of 1940s Los Angeles with Smoke and Mirrors, an all-new expansion for Detective City of Angels. Step into the shoes of LAPD homicide detectives once again as you scour the city for clues, press suspects for the truth, and shake down gangsters for the money they owe you. Or perhaps you'd rather don the shadowy cloak of the chisel and face off against the wannabe sleuths yourself. Bluffing and manipulating your way to victory? Will you have the suspects tell the truth? Or will you have them lie? Choose wisely, otherwise the detectives will crack the case wide open. Lavishly illustrated once again by Vincent Dutray, Smoke and Mirrors features 3 all-new mysteries that are more challenging and complex than any we've designed before. Can you unravel the vast criminal conspiracy in Lost in the Fog? Will the psychotic Damien Christmas slip from your grasp yet again in Best Served Cold? And can you bring down a shadowy cult that reaches the highest seats of power in A Murder of Crows? Find out when you pledge for Detective, City of Angels, and Smoke and Mirrors today, only on Kickstarter.
Detective City of Angels is a thematic narrative-driven game set in 1940s LA where you take the role of a homicide detective. The detective theme is at an all-time high in popularity right now across the board gaming, and this looks to be one of the best. This Kickstarter adds an expansion featuring the hardest cases in the game. Figuring out the whodunit of a detective show is one of my favorite things to do, and that put into a box is exciting. I'm very much looking forward to this one, and that is why it is Analog Tabletop's Pick of the Week. Plays in 90 minutes with 1 to 4 players. Pledge $39 to get a copy of the new expansion. There are additional pledges that include the base game. Kickstarter ends October 8th and plans to deliver by June 2020. And that's it for this week. What was your favorite game? Are you going to back any of these projects? Do you think there was a game we missed? Let us know in the comments. We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week.